Welcome to Proactis Cost Reduction Series. At this month's board meeting, the executive team is having another instalment of their ongoing discussion about how to reduce costs. They turn their attention to how much they could achieve by improving the management of contracts. The CPO starts by outlining the current situation. £100 million is their approximate non-payroll spend. Formal contracts exist for 50% of that spend, and they typically achieve 17% average savings negotiated for those contracts. However, she estimates that only 65% of those savings are being realised, meaning that people are buying outside these pre-negotiated agreements. The biggest savings would come from realising more of the potential savings from the contracts they already have in place. She estimates that if they could increase on-contract buying to at least 85%, a figure that many other organisations are achieving today, by making contracts fully visible to all buyers at purchase time and ensuring the correct prices are being used, that would deliver 1.7 million of savings. In addition, if they used improved contract visibility to consolidate duplicate contracts, they would achieve higher volume discounts. At a conservative estimate, there would probably be a further 400,000 of savings. That adds up to 2.1 million in annual savings by improving the management and use of existing contracts. The CFO then outlines some additional avoidable expenses based on a review of current contract activity to date. He believes that by avoiding automatic renewal of contracts without renegotiation, and in some cases contracts they don't even want to continue, for example maintenance agreements, it would be fair to assume 250,000 approximate savings. Plus, by reducing workload and manpower required to handle contracts, for example filing, creating time-based payments, monitoring contracts and so on, they could probably achieve at least 50,000 of savings. That's another 300,000 savings a year from better, more efficient management of contracts. So to summarise the potential savings opportunity, there is 2.1 million by increasing on-contract buying, achieving higher volume discounts and ensuring better compliance with contract terms, and 300,000 through avoidance of unwanted automatic contract renewals and elimination of manual contract administration. That's a total of about 2.4 million a year. Those savings are clearly worth investigating further, but why can't they get more people using those pre-negotiated contracts and keep better track of them today? Well, when they take a more detailed look, they find employees say that they don't know which suppliers they have discounts with. They can't keep up with the memos and emails saying what they should buy from whom. They don't have time to look up the details of supplier contracts when they need something fast and often just use the list prices. And it's a shame sometimes maintenance agreements get extended even if they don't use the items anymore. And they often don't know what the proper procedure is. Procurement people also say that contracts are filed all around the company. No one really knows what contracts exist. There's no standard for what information they have across contracts or how they categorise them. It's impossible to do any kind of automated analysis. They try to keep up with contract expiry dates, periodic payments, purchase activity compliance and so on, but even though they spend a lot of time trying, they still miss a lot of things. And many contracts are still only on paper and not at all visible in their e-procurement system. Now this seems like a problem they can actually do something about, so they outline what they need to do to improve the management of contracts. They whiteboard the following capabilities. They need a single centralised electronic contract repository where all contracts are stored. Standard information templates for each type of agreement, for example simple, framework, call-off, blanket, price lists and so on. Integration of contracts directly into their e-procurement system to ensure visibility, automatic terms compliance and capture of purchase activity. They want automated monitoring of scheduled events and expiry dates with email alerts to the appropriate people, automatic generation of scheduled payments for authorization, and they want performance analysis and KPI reports. In addition to the 2.4 million savings and cost avoidance they clearly identified, if they had those capabilities, they would also gain some additional benefits as well. They would achieve a consolidated view of the commitments and liabilities, reduce risk of lapses in contract coverage, for example insurance or warranties, and supplier non-performance, better information for spend analysis, and more time available for procurement to negotiate more contracts that generate more savings. Now take the next step. Consider the potential savings opportunity for your organisation. Use the Proactis cost reduction calculator.